Alrighty, guys, before we get into the podcast, I would really love to just ask you to subscribe and like and comment and whatever you do on the app you're listening. It means a lot to me and I get to see what you like and don't like. And it's just nice to see your support. So please download or like and subscribe where you're listening to the podcast right now. Okay, love you. The mug of choice today is that I'd rather be at home with my dog mug. So there you go. All right, I got this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mopping Up Milk podcast. Say it with me, the podcast where we clean up after ourselves. My name is May and I am your host. And today, I'm trying to get my energy here, guys. I apologize. I'm recording at 8:25 a.m. in the morning, which is new, it's new. Yep. Yeah, no, I haven't recorded this early before, so we're I can't speak. Anyway, we're trialing a little early morning sesh, but for no other reason than I need to get it done right now or it's not going to go up this week. So love that for me. As I mentioned last week, I'm going camping this weekend, so I'm trying to get it done before I go. Look at me trying to be organized. Literally heading off for camping at 10 a.m. So we've got to get this podcast recorded. We can do it. This week, there's a few things I want to chat to you about. We'll obviously do the weekly spill where we'll talk about the week that was. But main topic this week, I want to talk about a theory that I listened to, which is called the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. But we'll get into that in a minute after the weekly spill. I'm sorry if I sound a little congested or groggy, like I literally just woke up, so leave me alone, darling. Yeah. First thing on my agenda is talking about hot girls with tummy issues. Because this week I caught myself saying, oh, it's okay, you have tummy issues because hot girls have tummy issues, or like, oh my god, I'm feeling a bit sick, but hot girls have tummy issues and that makes it all better. Like just labeling yourself a hot girl because you have tummy issues. And I want to discuss this real quick. Ladies, or whoever identifies as a hot girl with a tummy issue, we need to stop hiding behind tummy issues. I have decided that having poor gut health is not a hot girl thing anymore. Because, I don't know, something clicked in me this week when I said it. I was like, geez, I don't really know if it's a hot girl thing to have a tummy issue. Like, we can fix that. We can fix majority of our tummy issues. And we just can't be bothered, so we're saying that we're hot because we have them. So I've decided that I am taking green supplements and taking care of my gut health. Having those prebiotics, probiotics, whatever the fuck. Eating some kimchi. Girls, let's fix our tummy issues because I've decided it's not hot anymore to have them, right? Anyway, that's just my little realization of the week is that hot girls don't have tummy issues. Hot girls look after themselves as much as they can and they reduce their tummy issues. So yeah, from now on, I'm not hiding behind hot girls have tummy issues. I'm a girl with tummy issues who needs to fix her shit. Yeah. So that was the first thing on the agenda. Second of all, I want to discuss my going back to study as a 25-year-old kind of situation. Guys, I'm literally a mature age student. Look at me. Why do they have to call it that? Why do they have to call it mature age student? Because yes, I'm mature, but like age? Girly pop, I'm 25. Don't make me feel old. Like, come on. Mature age student? It just doesn't fly with me, really. Also, if you're watching the YouTube video, my feet look massive right now. Oh, I don't like what the camera's doing with that. Anyway, yeah, so I'm a mature age student and I finally enrolled in my classes. So let's just get the story straight. I got accepted into doing a diploma of education support just for a year at... Actually, I probably shouldn't divulge where I'm going, so I'm just going to bleep that out. Yeah, so I got accepted a couple... was it 2 weeks ago? I think I said I got accepted. Yeah, so I hadn't completed my enrollment yet until yesterday because I had to do a literacy and numeracy test. And that just scared the shit out of me. I don't know why, but it really gave me like a little throwback PTSD moment from year 9 maths. And like, that's not really a place I want to be. Yeah. So I put it off until yesterday and now I'm scared that my enrollment won't even go through because I'm too late. But I don't think I am too late. It still let me do it. So fingers crossed, girlies, that we can do this. But the moral of the story is we all need to stop putting off those hard tasks that literally take us half an hour. So I'm starting to try and implement this strategy where I have to do one hard girl thing a day. And hard girl thing is something that I find hard, okay? It might sound really easy to someone else, but this is my hard thing. And I'm accepting that I find it hard to mentally get over or to actually mentally do. I don't know what hard it is on the scale of different type of hards. That sounds weird. Anyway, yeah, so we're doing one hard girl thing a day. And I want you guys to join in with me because it helps us feel better about ourselves. And also, hot girls get their hard shit done. Let's start changing the rhetoric around the hot girl shit. We don't have tummy issues, but we can do hard things. Slay. Preferably, let's try and do the hard things in the morning so that everything else feels so much easier during the day. I feel like that's kind of iconic. So I'm going to try all this. I'll let you know how I go. I think I wanted to chat about how I was so excited to get accepted, but then I found it so hard to enroll because I had to do this one little test. It took me around about an hour all up, half an hour for literacy, half an hour for numeracy. But I have to complete that to then go and choose my classes. And the exciting part is choosing my classes. But I put that off because I didn't want to do the damn test. Yeah, I just put it off for too long. So we're going to try not to put off things like that anymore. It's the way you act. Also, yeah, I think stemming from that little situation where I wasn't motivated to do my little test, I think in general I'm starting to lose that new year, new me motivation, and I'm trying to think of other strategies we can implement to sort of keep the ball rolling, if you know what I'm saying. I think I'm going to call in some reinforcements. I think I've done well at those little daily habits that I need to do to become the person I want to be, as in like I've set quarterly goals. So I'm doing little things every day to reach my quarterly goal for the year. And that's going okay. But it's the getting these little hard tasks that are a mental hurdle done. And I'm trying to figure out ways to get over that. So I'm thinking that it's time to implement a vision board, like a literal big vision board in my bedroom or in my face, so that I can visually see where I want to be and make those mental challenges a little bit easier, because then I can see, oh shit, I want to be her. So like, ugh, I want to be that version of Megan. So let's like keep going. Let's keep this shit going. So yeah, I think I'm going to make a visual board, like an actual physical visual board. And I'm also thinking of making a YouTube video about it. So slay. I might vlog it. If you guys want to watch it, just let me know. Could be cute and whatever. We can do it together. I think I'm going to implement that. Let me know if vision boards work for you, because I haven't really fully done it before and I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just assuming I stick a bunch of photos on a board that inspire me, right? Maybe some quotes. Speaking of quotes, let's do the quote of the week. And this quote I found very helpful. No shit, duh. But yeah, I found this quote very interesting. It really struck a chord within me. And again, I was watching a Morgan Riddle vlog and oh my God, I'm obsessed with that woman. She is so beautiful and amazing and motivational and just cool girl. Ugh, if you want a new YouTube vlogger to watch, Morgan Riddle is your girl. She's Taylor Fritz's girlfriend, who's a professional tennis player, and you literally get to watch her travel the world and follow the tennis around the world, which is kind of iconic too. But then she's got a lot of value herself. She's really cool. She is very motivational. She does a lot of learning in life and she teaches us her learning. So love that. Anyway, she said, and I quote, "Dressing to be snatched is ruining your personal style." I feel like that's a mic drop moment because holy shit, a lot of thoughts and memories come flooding back to me from literally my childhood to now, when I started to dress for, I want to say the male gaze, which is, ooh, ew. Yeah. Let's just say it. Come on. I tried to be snatched. I tried to be as snatched as possible to look quote unquote good as possible. And girl, it ruins your personal style. Like, to be snatched, you sacrifice little stylistic choices that you could be adding to your outfit that you can't add because you wouldn't look as snatched. You picking up what I'm putting down here? Guys, it's not all what it cracked up. It's not all what it's cracked up to be. How do you say, what is that saying? It's not all, what the fuck is that saying? Anyway, it's not what it's cracked out to be. Does that sound wrong? Anyway, being snatched is not everything. I think Personal style wins, and we should start dressing to be our individual selves and look cool in what we want to wear instead of trying to look snatched for someone else. Ew, gone are those days, okay? That's all. Yeah, so dressing to be snatched is ruining our personal style. Let's start dressing for ourselves and not for everyone else. The amount of times I wore that little Supre crop top and mini skirt in high school is disgusting. Honestly, ew. Why did I do that? Why? Because I wanted to look snatched. Gotta have that itty bitty waist. Pretty in the face. Yeah. Can we talk about one other thing that happened this week? Is that coming off the back of the Australian Open, I'm having a little bit of post-AO delusion. AO being Australian Open. Why do I think that I can be a professional tennis player? Yeah, so I'm a tennis icon now. I played once this week. And it's not all for the right intentions. Like, I saw some really, really iconic tennis dresses and tennis outfits last couple of weeks. And is it bad if I want to be good at playing tennis just to wear a little tennis skirt or like a tennis dress to go play tennis? I went and played tennis this week with my boyfriend, and it's iconic. It's actually fun. I am no longer a tennis hater. I'm a tennis lover. And you can catch me on the courts. How about that? So I can't become a professional tennis player, unfortunately, because I don't have an ACL in my right knee. So we're going to have to attend to that first, and then I'll keep you updated after my 12-month recovery if I become a professional tennis player. Don't get me wrong, my boyfriend's also in this delusion. Like, we're both becoming professional tennis players, and I'm not going to hear anything else. Okay? We live in a Delulu state of mind. Honestly, I'm all for being Delulu. Also, speaking of delusion, I thought I was going to be $200 million richer on Thursday. Safe to say I'm not. But hey, two people are $100 million richer, which I'm really happy for them. I really am. But I wish it was me. Has anyone else got the Powerball delusion, or did anyone else have lengthy discussions about what they were going to do first with their 200 million or their whole plan of attack? Because I definitely did. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, I won $12, so that's nice. Guys, I just want to be rich, you know, and I don't want to have to work for it. Anyone else? Yeah. Okay, my loves, we are going to dive into our main topic of today, which is the let them theory. Let me give you a little background as to where the let them theory began, and then we'll get into my thoughts and feelings and how I've decided to integrate it into my life. Because I think it's worth a listen, and I think it's worth a try, personally. So, I've got my little handy dandy notebook here, guys. I've done research. Isn't that iconic? I literally have made notes. I feel so good about myself every week when I'm writing down my little podcast notes. I'm like, Alex Earl who? Alex Cooper who? Call her daddy. No, actually call her mother, honestly. Call me mother. Anyway, so the let them theory was created by a motivational speaker / life coach called Mel Robbins. She is best known for her 5-second rule technique, which was designed to help people overcome procrastination. We aren't going to delve into that theory today, but we are going to dive into the let them theory. Mel is also known for her TED Talks, which have been viewed over 30 million times on YouTube, and also her podcast, the Mel Robbins Podcast, where her mission is to inspire, motivate, and empower you to create a better life. And let me tell you, she has done just that with my life. I just recently become a fan of the Mel Robbins Podcast. I was recommended her, and holy shit. The first one I listened to was the Let Them Theory, and I have so many thoughts and feelings and takeaways from this theory that I needed to dissect it and break it down for you guys, because I feel like it is such a helpful tool to stop overthinking, which I am a chronic overthinker. So I've been trialing this theory, and I wanted to let you know how I'm going and the main points that I took away from this theory. So let's get into it. The let them theory is pretty much what it says. Let them. The let them theory speaks to letting people do what they want to do, letting them act how they want to act, and you sit back and let them do just what they want to do. Because at the end of the day, the only person that you can control is yourself, And if you're spending so much time worrying about other people, you're not giving yourself enough time to look after yourself. Trying to control other people is distracting us from what we need to deal with within ourselves. If something annoys me, I need to look into myself and what I need to do to be proactive about certain situations. In the podcast, Mel gives an example. Friends not inviting you? What have my actions done to contribute to that? So if a friend doesn't invite me to a birthday, which I've actually had to deal with recently, I need to not look into, holy shit, as if they didn't invite me. Why wouldn't they invite me? Like, that's a bit rude. Like, what happened there? Instead of questioning all these things and feeling sad about why they didn't invite me, I'm going to look into myself and think about the actions that I made that may have resulted in them not inviting me, rather than being hung up or like holding a grudge against someone who didn't invite me, if that makes sense. I can admit that I haven't been making as much of an effort with those friends, and for particular reasons. So I don't think that I should be worried about an invite if I'm not worried about that friendship as much anymore, if that makes sense. We need to stop trying to force others into what we want to do. So much space will free up in your mind once you stop doing that. I love this theory because I really do spend way too much mental effort and capacity on other people when I should be redirecting that to myself, working on myself and making sure I'm good. Like, I don't need to make sure everybody else is good. It's not my responsibility. I am my own responsibility. And of course, there's certain situations where this rule doesn't apply. The let them theory should not apply when someone is doing something dangerous. Obviously, if someone's acting in a way that puts them in harm or you in harm, you don't just let them do that. The other situation where you don't just let them is your salary. Always negotiate your salary, advocate for yourself. The last circumstance where you don't just let someone do something is you don't let someone continuously cross your boundaries. Maybe someone crosses them once, you tell them your boundaries again, and if they continuously do that, you don't let them. Mel's reason behind the let them strategy and the reason why she's encouraging others to use the let them theory is that when you let people do things the wrong way, they tend to want to learn how to do it the right way. And it's a way for you to create emotional peace within yourself. Mel describes that there are 3 ways to use this strategy or theory. The first one being detachment. We are wasting time and energy feeling inadequate to others. And she poses the question, does emotional turmoil change what's happening? Absolutely not. We do not need to destroy ourselves because of someone else's actions. We need to worry about what actions we're making and hold ourselves accountable for the ones we are making. Maybe someone's actions are reflecting how you're acting. Look into yourself and see what you've been doing that might have made someone act like that. But also, sometimes people act out of jealousy or they act out of malicious intentions, and that is not up to you to fix or control. Like, that's on them. They've obviously got some work to do, so let's let them do that work themselves. Let's not involve ourselves. The second way to use this theory is to let people fail. In the podcast, Mel's quoted saying, "People are capable of creating systems to remember. If you rescue them, they are never going to learn that. It is in the sting that they learn. You are not responsible for their failure, and you are not responsible for rescuing them. Every time you rescue them, you rob them of the opportunity to grow. Cheer them on, don't rescue." Honestly, I really loved hearing this. It felt therapeutic to hear. Yeah, it just sort of hit home that I'm not responsible for others making poor choices. And the third way to use this theory is to let them be themselves. And this one can be the hardest to swallow. So most of the time, we're in love with people's potential. When you actually let them be who they are, you see who they are. This means we're distracting ourselves from addressing the reality. If we're trying to change someone or we see the potential in someone and we're trying to guide them consistently in a certain direction and they're not following, it kind of means that we're not letting someone be themselves. And if you just let that be and let someone do what they want to do, they're going to show you their true colors. And maybe at the end of the day, they don't turn out to be the person you want them to be. And that can be a tough pill to swallow. But at least you're surrounding yourself with people who actually want to be there and who are people you want to surround yourself with. This third law or rule or whatever, I feel is the hardest because it means that it could lead to friendship breakups, relationship breakups, but ultimately you're letting people be free to who they want to be and yourself to unload the pressure of trying to make someone something they're not. You're not present to love when you're jealous. Guys, big oofed. Say it with me. Oofed. I can admit I have been a very jealous person in the past. In relationships, friendships, there's been multiple times that I can remember where I've been jealous. And being jealous has hindered my ability to love or be loved because I am trying to, or I'm comparing myself to the person I'm jealous of or the situation I'm jealous of. I'm not fully being myself, therefore I can't be loved like I want to. I can't give love like I want to because I'm putting up a facade. So yeah, that one really hit home. Don't be delulu. Don't be jealous. Be yourself. And that is hard. That is very hard. Easier said than done, but it's something that we can all work towards. So yeah, as I was listening to this, I was writing all these notes and writing down all these quotes, and I'm like, wow, this is hitting home a lot more than I thought it would. It is such a simple theory, like such a simple theory to live by is just letting people do what they want to do. And you can just like, it'll happen every day. This part was harder for me to wrap my head around because I do worry about other people's perceptions of me constantly. And that's an ongoing battle for me personally. So trying to let people think how they want to think. One part of the podcast, Mel speaks to being able to emotionally detach if someone has an issue with you. If someone's upset with you, obviously that person feels like you've done something wrong. We need to let them share their feelings and thoughts and validate how they're feeling and then be able to accept that they're feeling that way about you. Even if you're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to hurt their feelings. You obviously did hurt their feelings if they're coming to you with these qualms. So we need to listen and validate that you may have hurt someone's feelings, but then you can let them know that it wasn't your intention. So let them feel how they want to feel, and then you can let them know what your intentions were. It's really important to observe emotional distress and then let it happen. And then you can do the same back. Like, just allow people to feel how they want to feel, even if it doesn't sit right with you. That's how they're feeling. Like, let them do what they want to do. That's valid for them. Another quote. It's not my responsibility to make sure everyone's feelings are okay. I am only responsible for my own. I think that's really the consensus of what we're getting from today. Not responsible for anyone else. Let's be responsible for ourselves. Let's let them do what they want to do and let us do what we want to do. That's pretty much everything that I got out of this podcast. It was only like a 40-minute podcast. I benefited so much from it. So I highly recommend you go listen to the Let Them Theory on the Mel Robbins podcast if you're interested. It's up to you if you want to take it on board. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw it out there. I think, yeah, in certain situations, I am going to use the Let Them Theory. It helps me to just detach straight away and not overthink. It's like, okay, this person doesn't want to do that. I'm going to let them. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to look into it too much. Just let them do what they want to do. If they show up for me in the future, their actions will make sense. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe whatever. They've got their own reasons. I'm going to let them do what they want to do. I'm going to do me and relieve myself of that mental stress and overthinking. So yeah, how iconic, guys. This is the year of mental growth and becoming better humans for ourselves. Okay. One last thing I wanted to mention was, I heard someone say this week, and it was that they want to be the person they needed a few years ago and be the friend they needed a few years ago. And like, I feel that. And I was thinking about, I thought I just drew on my face with my pen. I didn't, guys. We're all good. I was thinking about that. It is a reason for wanting to do this podcast for me personally. I resonated with it and I was like, oh shit, yeah. Like me doing this, I would love to give advice to people who I feel like need it or are growing, and I want to be that big sister vibe to someone, whatever. But it's not really my sole reason for doing this. I feel like I want to be the person I need right now also. I'm not just going to be the person I needed a few years ago to help other people. I'm also going to be the person I need today and the friend I need today to help myself get through things. Like, I'm not just doing this podcast to help others, which that's a big part. Like, I love and I want to create a community of like-minded people and people who resonate with the words I'm saying. But I also want to be that friend that I need right now. I want to be the person that I need right now. I'm continuously growing and I'm learning through this. Like, I'm literally speaking about a theory that I learned last week and one that I'm currently trialing. So I'm trying to just be there for myself, be the person I need right now, not only the person I needed a few years ago, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's sort of why this podcast is a lot of self-help, learning, working through things as they're happening sort of vibes. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys in on that thought process as to what you can expect in the future. There'll be advice, but there'll also be a lot of learnings that I'm currently learning and implementing and trialing, because that's just what my life involves right now. So yeah. If you guys have any other recommendations for psychology theories, self-help, learning, growth, let me know. Any podcasts, give me some recommendations. I am always open to them and I will always give you them back. Like today, the Mel Robbins podcast, highly recommend. I've got plenty of her podcasts to listen to, so I'm sure I might have a few other breakdowns in the future, but I just thought it would be fun to walk through this theory with you. Not all weeks will be breakdowns of podcasts, obviously, but yeah, it's just something that you can expect is different things that I'm currently learning and implementing in my life, and we can sort of work through them together. Like next week I might check in and be like, oh, this part worked, but this didn't. And we can sort of learn and grow together. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Let Them theory and if you've implemented it into your life. Would be really cool to hear from you guys. The whole point of doing this podcast is to find people who are currently also doing similar things or wanting to achieve similar things. So yeah, we've done it. We've made it through the podcast, guys. I am literally about to head off on my little camping adventure. Wish me luck. I haven't camped since I was a child, so this shall prove interesting. I'm excited though. I'm going camping with my boyfriend and my dog in a tent by the ocean, and it is beautiful weather this weekend, so it should be lovely. I'm very excited to just get away and be in nature. I grew up by the beach, if you didn't know, down in Torquay and in Inverloch, and I just love being by the beach. It is such a peaceful place for me, just sitting in the sand and like literally watching the ocean. I could do it for hours. So therapeutic, and I'm excited for a little mental break. Yeah, maybe I can sit by the ocean and think about things I want to talk to you guys about. I don't know. It'll be good little respite. I will check in with you again next week about how my camping adventures went. I'm sure there'll be some funny stories to tell because it's not my first rodeo, but I am well out of practice. So we'll see. I'm thinking about vlogging it as well, just for shits and gigs, just for the memories. So maybe you'll find that on my YouTube as well. We'll see. Thank you for listening for yet another week of the Mopping Up Milk podcast. You guys don't understand how grateful I am that you're here and listening. It means the world to me. Oh, also, before I run away, please like and subscribe or download wherever you're listening. It really helps me out a ton, and I get to see what you guys like and don't like. And yeah, I will catch you next week for another Mopping Up Milk podcast. Bye guys. Love you.